Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Daniel here, and today we're going to talk about what's going on in Mexico because a lot of people don't know, and there's a lot of speculation about hyperinflation and whatnot. So um, it's just better if we talk about it now, and if somebody from Mexico happens to listen to this podcast, they might want to start doing something about it, or at least thinking about doing something about it. Um, Basically, the Mexican government announced that the 20 peso bill, the note, was going to disappear. Um, I wish I could show you what it looks like right now, but yeah, I don't think I have 20 pesos on. Uh, I usually take everything to the bank, and now I got a 50 peso, but that's pretty much it. Um, Whatever. I usually take everything to the bank, and that's where it stays. That's my fiat reserve. So I do have fiat reserves. Um, so a couple of years ago, we had a 10 peso bill. That one disappeared. The government claimed that it was more expensive to be producing lower denomination notes than just to make coins out of it. So they disappeared that bill, and they gave us a um, a 10 peso coin instead. So now we have a 20 peso, or we had a 20 peso uh, bill, and that's going to disappear, and they're going to give us a 20 peso coin instead. The weird thing is that they're gonna change also the 500 peso bill, because they claim that that's the most counterfeited, and they have a new bill that has more security features and whatnot, right? Okay, here's the weird part. um they usually redesign everything, and they make it look nicer, or they have like something representative of Mexico in the bill, kind of like the US has um, the presidents, and then they have like national monuments on the back of the dollars, and how the euros have like something representative of the country where it was emitted, or like the British pound has the queen. Uh, so it's something like that, but they didn't really change anything. They just left it how it kind of is. So they, mind you, on the 500 peso bill, we used to have Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Um, we don't have those anymore, or we're not. Yeah, they actually started getting in circulation the new ones that have Benito Juarez, the same dude that um, pretty much serviced the U.S. So a lot of people think that he's like a hero. People like me, like, we think that he's a fucking traitor. So basically, I don't like the fucker. Um, and they just put him on the 500 peso note. So why would they do that? It's like they didn't redesign it or anything. They just they just did it because, I don't know. Like, some people say that it's like something psychological, where you see Benito Juarez on the 500 peso note, and you're gonna be thinking, shit, I'm buying really cheap shit, because this guy used to be on the 20 peso one. So like in psychologically, like, you're making people think that you're buying cheaper when you're actually paying like more expensive, right? because you have the same dude. Like, that's creepy. That's fucked up, pretty much. Um, Also, not to mention that since 2004, what you could buy with 200 pesos, which right now it's like around $20, what you could buy with that, back in 2004, now you need, 1,000 pesos to be able to pay for it. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people think that it's like some sort of evil government thing. I think that it's some sort of evil government thing. Because I find it pretty I find it pretty interesting that they started doing this shit when the communist president got elected. I mean, he's not a president yet, but he's gonna be president in December. So yeah, I mean, Bitcoin. A lot of people don't know about it here, and the ones that do, well, it's a scam, right? So I don't know, man. Like, I think they gotta be. I think they need to be taking a closer look at Bitcoin and start getting some Bitcoin right now. I don't. I mean, I said it when I was on Adam's show. I mentioned that we got a communist fucking president. So you know, the people that work with him in the campaign are the same people that work with the Venezuelans in the campaign. A lot of people think, well, that's not gonna happen here because the president, it's only allowed to be in power for 6 years. Yeah, that doesn't mean shit. I mean, what if the same party keeps winning and winning and winning and winning? We already went through that, right? In the 1900s, the party that is in power right now, it I mean, they ruled for about 70 fucking years. So that doesn't mean that these guys are not gonna win like a second time or a third time or a fourth time. Like, you know, they could very well be winning and winning and winning unless the fucker fucks up pretty bad, and people start realizing what the fuck did we just do, right? So the bad thing about people here in Mexico is that they forget pretty fucking easily. Like, you give them something good and they forget about it at the end of the day, right? Like, they forget about all your fuck ups at the end of the day. So yeah, they're probably gonna be giving you shit for a couple of weeks, a couple of months. But like, if you do something good, it's all forgive and forget. So I mean, I don't know. People need to start getting some more Bitcoin. People need to start taking a closer look, a more serious look at Bitcoin here, and prevent what might be able to happen, or what might happen, because it's not looking good for me. You know, because I mean, I live in Mexico. It's not looking good for me, except for the fact that I do have Bitcoin and that I've been you know grabbing some Bitcoin and hodling some Bitcoin since 2011. Other than that, um, that's pretty much it, right? But yeah, I mean, the government institutions are shit, and I mean, I don't know, guys. I really think people should be taking a closer look at fucking Bitcoin and be saying, okay, well, I'm gonna be getting some of this shit because that could help them. Bitcoin determines whether they suffer or whether they, live comfortably. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on, and like, I been wanting to do a video about it uh, for pretty much a week or so since the news, came out. And then the fucked up thing is, there's more. Like if you, I mean, I sound like fucking Billy Mays. You're like, wait, there's more. If you take some of this, um, there's more. Um, the Mexican government, sent a letter, an official letter or statement, saying that if necessary, they're gonna be able to give you or they're gonna be able to print a 2,000 peso note. Why the fuck would you want to do that and say, "Oh, we're doing great"? No, we're not doing great. We're not. Like, just look at Venezuela, look at Zimbabwe with the $1 trillion note, right? Like, we're not doing great. Like, if people, are thinking, well, that's pretty cool, 2,000 pesos, that's a lot of fucking money, guys. Like, why would you want that? 2,000 pesos right now, just so you can get an idea, all right? Just so you can get an idea, it's about equivalent to having let's see, fucking application. It's not pissing me. Like, come on. All right. So let me get my application here working, and then we're good. So 1,000 pesos right now. It's about 52 bucks. Why would you want to have a bill that's literally fucking worth 104 bucks and 10 cents? Like, why would you want that? Like, that's a lot of fucking money. You don't need a bill like that. We're good with the 500, right? 500, that's good. It's like equivalent. Well, before, uh, and when I say before, I mean like 2 years ago. Um, 500 pesos was pretty much having like 50 bucks. Uh, 20 pesos. I mean, sorry, 200 pesos was equivalent to having $20. So right now, 200 pesos, it's like 10 bucks and 41 cents. So if you're telling me inflation is not fucking working, oh fuck, it is working because now I have to pay twice as much. So yeah, I mean, there's no way you need a 2,000 peso note, if the economy wasn't doing fucking terrible. Like, other than that, you'll be making like the bills cheaper and smaller in denomination. Now they're fucking huge and they're not worth that much. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what you think, because it's not looking good. And then we get a fucking communist president that thinks everything is fucking perfect, and it's not. Um, some of the things that he was saying was giving amnesty to the criminals. Why the fuck would you want to do that? He was preaching about. He sounds like Vitalik Buterin, like literally, like this fucker was preaching about uh, immutability and fungibility of Bitcoin, and then he created Ethereum, and now he's like, oh, it's okay, we can do what the fuck we want. The same thing with this guy that came into the president elect here. Like, oh, I'm going to get all the corrupt officials. I'm gonna put them in jail. So as soon as he knows he's winning, they ask him, "Are you gonna put the current president in prison for corruption?" No, I'm not gonna do that. What the fuck's wrong with people? You know, why do they vote for somebody like that? I don't know, man. Like I said, people here, it's like you fuck up and they give you shit, and then you do something good and they forget about it. All right, well, it is what it is. Thank God I have Bitcoin. And we'll see. We'll see at the beginning of the year. You know, we'll see in the middle of the year how things are progressing. I don't think they're gonna be much progress. Like I think it's gonna be like more uh, of a fucking retracement. You know, the people here, they forgot that in 2013, um, when the current president became president, um, the president elect and his uh, people started vandalizing fucking Mexico City. They forget that in 2006, they they started fucking doing a protest in the main square. They left a fucking mess. You know, garbage everywhere. They had like little makeshift tents everywhere, like all because they were following a fucker that didn't win the election because he's a fucking communist. Now he fucking wins it, and it's all gonna go to shit. I mean, I know I voted for the independent guy. I voted for the guy that said, "Well, if somebody steals, I'm gonna chop their hand." All right, go ahead and do it. I don't have a problem with that. If you fucking steal, you deserve to get your hand chopped off. So it is what it is. I'll see what's gonna happen. I'll keep you updated and let me know what you think. For the meantime, I'm out.